Back in March, I decided to try something new. I tried a little experiment. And as it turns out, I use unschooling principles in just about everything I do. My approach is always, let's try it and see what works. We don't have to know exactly how something will unfold before we begin. We can start with an idea, pay attention to what happens, and make adjustments along the way. So that's what I did. I created a daily unschooling support app. The idea was pretty simple. I would choose a theme each month and share a short voice note, really short, like 1 or 2 minutes, add some written posts, affirmations, PDFs, other resources as they seemed useful. I priced it at $8.99 because it was an experiment. I knew what I wanted to try. I just didn't know yet what it would become. Well, I've been doing it for 6 months now, and I can tell you it worked. Way better than I expected. I love talking with you for a minute or two every morning. Usually it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, my time. I'm sitting there having my coffee. You might be having yours too. Sometimes the idea I talk about came up in a coaching conversation or something I noticed parents worrying about online. Sometimes it's a reminder about learning or comparison or the school expectations that can sneak back into our thinking without us even realizing it. It may be as close as we can get to actually hanging out together every morning. What surprised me was how much we could do with those few minutes. A short voice note doesn't require you to set aside an hour. You don't even have to set aside 10 minutes. You don't have to go find your workbook or remember where you stopped in a course. You can listen while you're having coffee or driving somewhere or folding laundry. And then the idea is there in the back of your mind as you move through your day. And that may be more important than it sounds. Most of us start digging around for unschooling ideas when something's going wrong. We're worried about reading, or screens have taken over, or our teenager seems stuck, or someone has said something that makes us wonder whether we've made a terrible mistake. That's when we start searching for podcasts, or pulling out books, or looking through all those posts we saved. But when things are going well, unschooling isn't the thing demanding our attention. Life is. We're taking care of our families, working, making appointments, figuring out dinner, and simply moving through our days, living our lives. Before we know it, we haven't thought intentionally about unschooling for weeks. Meanwhile, the rest of the world hasn't stopped reminding us what children are supposed to be doing. Society can be relentless about trying to get us back in line, put them back in school, keep up with grade levels, make homeschooling look more like school. That is the legit way to learn, you know. Start worrying about college before you even know whether that's what your child wants. Those messages keep coming whether we're ready for them or not. That's why a little incremental confidence building can be so powerful. 1 or 2 minutes a day keeps your own ideas nearby. You're reminding yourself what you believe before someone else catches you on a vulnerable day and tells you what you should believe. It doesn't mean nothing will ever rattle you, but those daily confrontations begin to slide off more easily instead of lodging themselves inside every worry you already have. And when one does hit you particularly hard, you don't have to rebuild your confidence from scratch. That's what this daily support is really about. Over these 6 months, the app has become much more than a collection of little voice notes and action steps. Each month has a real focus. We've looked at things like connection, communication, timelines, and structure. We've talked about individualizing for our own homes or seeing learning in everyday life and all the fears that surface during the back-to-school season. The daily notes build on each other too. I've added PDFs and reflection questions, practical exercises, video links, and other resources that help parents take the monthly idea further. I'll see something that fits perfectly with what we're discussing and add it. Or I'll realize that parents need something practical to help them use the idea at home, so I'll make it. That's very much how I've always done things within my private community. I'm paying attention to what parents are asking, what seems to be getting in the way, and what might help them look at the situation differently. And somewhere along the way, I realized this isn't really a little $8.99 app anymore. It has become a genuine level of support. So I've been thinking about what the next version should look like. And beginning in September, I'm adding a monthly group call. We'll still spend the month exploring one theme through the daily voice notes and the resources, but now we'll also have a place to come together and talk about what that theme is bringing up in your family. Maybe you understand the idea, but you're not sure how it applies to your teenager. Maybe you tried something and it didn't go the way you expected. Or maybe you simply want to hear what other parents are noticing. That monthly call gives us somewhere to have those conversations. So this daily support app will officially become Creating Confidence Daily. It'll include that monthly theme, the daily voice notes, practical PDFs and exercises, and one group call each month. So beginning Labor Day, Creating Confidence Daily will be $39 a month through the Circle app, but expanding to give you more. We'll continue to have full support through the Creating Confidence community, offering parents who want more access and more opportunities to bring in what's actually happening at home. The full support community includes the daily support, along with multiple weekly coaching calls, Mom's Club, the full resource library, the strewing calendar, a private WhatsApp channel, and lots of opportunities to connect with parents who understand this path. You can try it for a month and even stay month by month. But it's better if you give this time to unfold in your home with the unschooling support that can really help. So the 6-month option is almost half the price of going month to month, because lots of people join with one particular concern. And as you become more comfortable, different questions surface. Your child changes. You notice things you couldn't see when you first started. That doesn't usually happen in one conversation or even in your first month. It's really great to be able to work with families where we can say, I remember how hard this was for you this time last year. Look at the progress you've made. That's what can happen when you're in a community. I also know that some parents need support right now and aren't ready to make a 6-month commitment. So the monthly option gives them that flexibility. It's the same price as a half-hour one-to-one coaching call with me, and those are great, but a month of ongoing support can do a lot to help you have more success. The pricing changes begin on Labor Day. Until then, you can still join Creating Confidence Daily at my app price at $8.99 a month, or full support at $49 a month. And if you've joined before the change, you'll keep your current monthly price for as long as your membership remains active. I want to give everyone plenty of notice, and I also wanted you to understand why I'm making these changes. I tried something, I paid attention, and I discovered a way of supporting parents that I absolutely love and that I think can become even more useful. I'm applying unschooling principles right here in real time with you. A few minutes every morning can keep you connected to the kind of family life you're trying to build. And now, once a month, we'll be able to pull up our chairs and talk it out together on the new group calls. If that sounds like the kind of support you've been looking for, you can join me before Labor Day at the current prices. I'll put both links in the show notes so you can choose the level that fits you best. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll have our coffee together.